Hello ladies and gents, welcome to CG Reaction, and this is I animated a Reddit post featuring internet historian by the channel Surreal Entertainment. So this is a Reddit post somebody posted and they decided to make a video of it. I'm sure this was internet historian's idea because that's what it seems like. This so internet historian idea, just taking anything simple and make something out of it. Internet historian is great at that, so this is going to be fun. Yeah, this is a real Reddit. There's also a Reddit post link in the description. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. Alright people, remember, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the reaction I did. There's a link in the description. Check out the cast, all the playlists like Internet Historian, Salmonella, SCP, CGP Grill, let me know, things like that. And yeah, let's watch this one.
Last night, my wife's boss from her brand new job invited us over for dinner. On the drive over, my wife reiterated many times to me just how important it was to make a good first impression. I scoffed and arrogantly informed my silly wife that I always make good impressions. My wife's boss is a single lady and it was to make a good first impression. I scoffed.
Look at the buildings outside. What are they hovering in the sky? This is weird. Alright. This is so typical, isn't it? Wife has a job, her boss invited the couple over. Now the husband has to go there with, a bit of nervousness because he can't say anything without causing an issue. Regardless whatever you do, when you go home, there will be an issue that your wife will bring up. Like, why did you do this? Why did you do that? This is stupid. I would not go to dinner like this. I would just tell my wife, you know what, you want to go, I'm not coming with you. This is just trap. You will get trapped eventually with some stupid thing.
And arrogantly informed my silly wife that I always make good impressions. My wife's boss is a single lady in her 50s, so it was just the three of us. We chit-chatted over drinks and salads and really seemed to be hitting it off. She laughed at my well-timed, perfectly appropriate jokes, and my wife seemed pleased. Soon, she brought out the main course. A nice, juicy, big steak for each of us.
What is she, witch? She didn't touch the plate. Which animation is this? This is from some kind of game? Because yeah, he does that. Internet Historian does that. In the latest video, he introduced, I think, Sims characters. He never did that before, I think.
But as I began to cut into the steak, I was discouraged to discover how undercooked the meat was. Now, I've had my fair share of rare steak. I prefer medium, but I can handle rare. But this was several minutes on a hot grill, short of rare. I probably could have resuscitated the cow had I tried. Instead, I sat there, fidgeting with my knife and fork, worrying about how I was going to get it.
He's masturbating fork, apparently. I'm not a meat eater, so I don't know what first of all, I never knew what the hell is this medium, rare, and bullshit like that. So rare just mean undercooked, huh? This is so effed up, man. Our boss just undercooked this meat. I mean, I'm sure there are issues, right? If you eat undercooked meat, there are lots of germs and things that you could contract, I think. I don't know. I don't know much about that because I've never eaten something like this, but yeah.
Away with not eating this steak. Claim veganism? No. I already feigned great enthusiasm upon seeing the steak. Just then, our hostess excused herself to the kitchen to take care of some of the dessert preparations. As I looked across the fancy dining room table at the open window of this third-story apartment, a cartoon light bulb appeared over my head. I knew I had to be decisive. Realizing that she could return at any moment, I committed. I grabbed the steak with my hand, gently shook off the juice, and executed a perfect throw right through the center of the open window.
There you go.
But here's the big-time fuck-up. The window wasn't open. It was the cleanest fucking window you've ever seen in your life. That is, until my mostly raw slab of steak slammed up against it and slowly slid down, leaving a trail of blood.
Bruh. Oh god, this actually happened to someone. Somebody actually posted. This is not some fiction. Somebody actually posted a story like this. Oh god, this is so effed up. I mean, yeah, I've seen windows that are so clean that even I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't thought there was a window here. This is awesome, man. He literally thought he could just throw the steak out. What if he had missed and, screwed up her walls? I think she would have been more pissed at that. But yeah, this is so cartoonish. It's like, tongue, and then sliding.
Bloody juice in its wake. My wife, whose steak was a nice medium rare and
Look at the
unaware of my
mouth.
predicament, turned, jaw dropped, and stared at me like I was an alien from another planet. This look then slowly morphed into one of anger. My wife's boss heard the thud of a steak on window impact and came quickly. She took in the
What's with
scene,
her hands?
the steak sitting on the windowsill, the blood trail, my empty plate, and gave an inquisitive, puzzled look. I just didn't know what to say. It felt like a minute of silence, but it was probably 3 or 4 seconds. Finally, the best I could manage was, I'm so sorry, I'm such a klutz. I don't know, I was just cutting it and it slipped. Just ask my wife, I really am a klutz. Right, honey? No help coming from that direction. I'll clean this up. I can't believe this. I'm so sorry, etc., etc.
I'm not gonna lie. That's better excuse than anybody at the position would have come up on. Because what would you have said in the end? I mean, first of all, you'd be like, oh shit, this is an issue. What would you have come up with that? So at least that somehow makes sense. Like he's like, a moron like Peter Griffin from Family Guy. He tried to cut it hard and it just slipped away or something. This is so weird instance, man. Seriously. Look, if I were there instead of him, I might come off as an asshole because I would have just said, what do you want me to do? It was undercooked. I would have said that. Screw it. Because right now, everybody's pissed anyway.
Both women continued to stare at me like I had escaped from the loony bin, as I smeared blood around the window with my cloth napkin, dusted off the steak, and continued to mutter my incoherent explanation. I knew no one was buying my story. I knew what I had to do. I sheepishly returned to my seat and proceeded to eat every bite of that disgusting, cold, chewy, bloody, raw steak. I remained pretty quiet the rest of the evening. My wife's only 2 words to me since the incident are, I'm fine. TLDR tried to sneakily throw my undercooked steak through an open window, only to find it wasn't open.
Yeah. First of all, when they got out and got in the car, and when she said, I'm fine, I would have said, I understand that, but your boss doesn't know shit how to cook a meat. That was just bullshit. I would have said that. Come on, man. If it was undercooked and he just ate it, I wouldn't have done that. I don't care. Issue happen, whatever. You throw the steak, it's an issue. Man, that's just effed up.
Edit. Thanks, kind Redditors. Thanks for the gold, kind stranger. Update. Just got the first post I'm fine communication from my wife via text who is at work. Good news. Boss's name and I just had a good laugh over how much of a fucking idiot you are. I hope you know you will never live this down. Love you, you moron.
So let me get this straight. They got out, got in the car, and at the way home, she said, I'm fine. Then they didn't say anything. She went to work, and then you see her message. It still says, I'm fine. That is stupid. Look, I get it. In front of the boss, it's kind of embarrassing. But the way home, you should have said, you know what you want me to do? It was undercooked. I don't eat that shit. Sometimes I feel like, if you want to avoid shit like this, just be honest. I mean, I don't care. I don't care if somebody's feeling gets hurt. It's undercooked. I'm not going to eat it. Alright, people. I guess this is what I'm thinking. Like, this is what I would do. That's what I'm thinking right now. The situation, if I'm there actually happening, I don't know what I would do. People always think I would do this, I would do that. But you never know until you're in that position. So I don't know. Well, people, if you like my reaction to food, like and subscribe. Check out the reaction date. There's a link in the description. Check out the cast for the playlist like Indian Historian, Salmonella, blah, 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 whatever. And yeah, I'll see you next time.